This is this is YouTube Joseph WM podcast Halloween special. What if a black what if a black hole swallowed the solar system? So hello and welcome audience. What this is what if a black hole entered the solar system and swallowed Earth. This will probably be a two-part series. Next part, this is today's part one. Probably part two will probably be next week. Um, this is for Halloween. So I'm YouTube Joseph WM.
Dylan Fury.
I'm David Holton.
Hey, I'm not C2 and Fiku.
Okay, with that, just a few things before I get started. One, I know this is an end of the world scenario. I'm trying to keep it PG rated. If this was a movie, there would be no blood or gore, or people dying. It would just mainly be building an infrastructure destruction, as well as the cracking of the land, the water, the air, the destruction of the land, water, air, and the earth itself, and the rest of the solar system. Still, viewer listener discretion is advised. Anyway, this is even though this is a family friendly channel. Anyway, now let's begin. 30 years. Before we get to the story, we first have to talk about the different types of black holes. There are four types. One, primordial black holes, which form left over due to the universe and form from the universe forming. They're probably microscopic. I can't even measure how massive. They're not massive at all. You can't measure their mass really. And two, there's stellar mass black holes, which form due to the death of a large star, up to up to more between 10 and 20 times the mass of the sun, and they they're about the size of they're that massive, and they're about the size. They're about anywhere from the 10 miles to 300 miles in diameter. Sorry, I'm not familiar with metric to all you non-American. In case my friends from Europe see this, sorry about that. Anyway, and also um um and then also there's intermediate mass black holes, which are thousands of times the mass of the sun. Could be as big as planets, or stars, or some stars even small to the size of a little bit bigger than the size of the sun. Um, um, and are the and are up to um are up to um and are up to I already mentioned that, right? And then there's they form due to collisions. Then there's supermassive black holes, which are at the heart of every galaxy and contain millions or even billions of times the mass of the sun. And they're and the, and they we don't know how they form. There's a lot of either due to gas or dust clouds collapsing, or a bunch of stars collapsing in at the center of the galaxy forms, or left over due to the galaxy form, or due to what's known as a quasi-star, etc. Anyway, we're not going to. For the purposes of this story, we'll imagine a intermediate mass black hole, 500,000 times the mass of the sun, and over twice the mass of the sun. Came flying through the solar system on a ready to gobble up the Earth. So it starts like 30 years before the black hole swallows the Earth. The story begins. When astronomers notice it, they try and build space arcs to evacuate the solar system. For more on that process, you should check out. I recommend checking out the movie "Evacuating Earth." That's a whole other topic. That's with a neutron star instead of a black hole. Topic for a story for another time. Anyway, the black hole is so then the black hole like with 25 years left before the impact before it swallows the Earth, even though it hasn't entered the solar system, it triggers it triggers it causes all the planets to orbits to change dramatically, drawing the Earth either closer or more likely even closer or further away from the sun, causing extreme ice ages. Winters become extreme ice ages, while summers become extreme super global warming on steroids. And then and we're just getting started still. Um, and then also and then the black hole you would see in the night sky. You would see it as it gets over the years, as it gets closer. You would see it warp and distort the stars and galaxies in the night sky. That effect is known as gravitational lensing. The black hole acts like a mirror or lens placed in front of the distant background of stars and galaxies, and it warps and distorts them. I'm getting some of my information from the History Channel show Doomsday 10 Ways to Learn. That show is a lot dramatic, including a lot of times, including the black hole episode. So I hope YouTube don't give. You better not give me a copyright strike because I'm saying some of the lines that were in that show. Oh, that's more plagiarism. I didn't.
You're allowed to say these are details. These are just facts.
And then also, facts can't be copyrighted.
They cannot. They. If anyone tries to put a copyright on you, you're gonna have to. You can actually go to court on that crap.
And fight it in court.
Like, I mean, it wouldn't even be a big fight. Nobody wants to make a lawsuit on like
Am I
they.
overreacting?
I get where like it comes from because they. I've seen a lot of musicians go through crap, lawsuits and all. But
Anyways,
when you,
I'll,
you
I'll
just
just
do it.
shorten it and say this: YouTube, if you give me a copyright strike, I'll take you to court and sue you, or worse, start a rebellion and have every
Yeah, so her value. You know what?
because YouTube is corrupt.
They honestly
I'm
they
not.
don't.
Sorry, we could talk about this at CMA. Me and you doing it.
Yeah, you're safe. You could say facts.
Oh yeah, let's get back to black hole. So then like 20 years before the black hole and swallows Earth, it enters the solar system. It crosses through the Oort cloud basically and throws comets all over, which are so fast they take 10 years to reach before they reach the Earth and the other inner planets. Basically now the black hole has by this point is the orbits of all the planets are being affected. We go from freezing cold to intense places like I don't know, as far south as Miami, far south as Rio de Janeiro are freezing cold, 50 degrees below zero. So like or places like in New York, as far north as Barrow, Alaska, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. You understand the extreme climate changes it causes? Anyway, the so basically and then asteroids and comets and meteors start raining down. It triggers there's they say one meteor explodes on over over I don't know, let's say Vancouver, Canada, for example. I just pick a random example. And a Tunguska-sized event airburst. Do you know what the Tunguska airburst was, guys?
No.
Not me.
It was in July 1908. An object, most likely a comet, exploded over a area of forest called Tunguska, forest, the Tunguska forest in Siberia, Russia, and and flattened trees for many hundreds of miles away. Have you heard that story?
Yeah, I have.
And it flattened the earth
No, it flattened a lot of trees.
and the earth.
It was in a remote location, but
The earth
well,
is
that's all
flat.
the topic. Imagine a bunch of those all over the world now. That's what we're talking about. Even if extinction level comets don't wipe out the Earth, um, there will certainly be some asteroids and comets raining all over the place. A lot of the black hole will suck some up, throw some out of the solar system, some towards the solar's inner solar system. Basically, every major planet and moon is being bombarded, and, and then also including Earth, and then also dwarf planets too. Um, there's extreme. Oh, I don't know what now. Like oh, 5 years before the by 5 years before the black hole reaches Earth. It is by this point at the orbit of Saturn, near the orbit of Saturn, and it's causing and it's um and it is start causing the planets to collide with each other. Jupiter and Saturn collide, Neptune, Uranus collide, Mars and Venus collide. Mercury is thrown into the sun. Earth is the only planet that remains unscathed in the scenario for now, but Earth is the one will will be gobbled up later on, obviously. And then the then about with like with like a year a year um like a year left is when um is basically when there's um no that's when the black hole is now close enough to start that sucks the light from the moon, the sun, the planets, and the stars away from the Earth and towards it and it will and it will basically there's worldwide darkness for months. This is when probably society breaks down there, and also there's huge changes in climate, disease, all that you name it. Does it sound like Mad Max in the dark?
Kind of.
And then also anyway but this it's going to get what now on the Earth probably about well, I would say around
Yeah.
like 12 hours. Oh, hold on. Let's
All
time
right.
out. Cool. Nassim, where are you going?
Going nowhere. We are back.
Let's wait for Nassim to get back.
Alright.
Anyway, while we wait for him to come back, hopefully it won't be long. Um, how was everyone's weekend? Oh, never mind. He's back already. That was quicker than I thought.
Yeah, who back?
Nassim. So as the black hole continues as the black now like 12 hours before the black hole swallows the Earth is when the Earth crosses the photon sphere, which is where light goes in circles around the black hole. Oh, and then it takes like 4 hours to cross. No, it takes like 10 minutes to. Oh, I would say about an hour, 1 hour to cross it. And basically, the photon sphere interacts with Earth's atmosphere, causing auroras to light up all over the place. Do you know what auroras is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like that would be worldwide.
Wait.
And then eventually and then we reach the and then probably after that it's dark again for a while until no probably the last 11 hours before the Earth falls into the black hole. It's dark for I mean it's dark till 5 hours till the Earth enters the black hole. Then or 4 hours probably it's dark until then there's extreme heat and radiation fries the Earth so basically all life on Earth could be dead before, including humans, and before we even reach the event horizon.
Mhm.
Somehow survive in a bunker. Um, once the Earth crosses the event horizon, do you know what that is in a black hole? Can anyone tell me?
No.
No.
Everything where the light doesn't.
Event horizon is the point of no return.
Oh.
Anything or anyone that crosses the event horizon is never coming back. Oh God, why your cameras glitched, David and Nassim?
So wait,
What is it?
Shady ain't back again.
What?
But Shady's back. Shady's back. Shady's back.
That's nothing to do with it. I don't know what you mean. Anyway,
Guess who back?
so after you
Wait, would
cross,
you be back in black?
I don't know what you mean. So anyway, after you cross the event horizon, no, Anyway, after the Earth crosses the event horizon, there's no way out. Everyone in the whole world is doomed. But it wouldn't kill you instantly, even though you would rather that compared to what's coming. So basically, the Earth is now the Earth spirals in towards the singularity, which is the doomsday point um at the lethal center. At the center of the black hole, the singularity is the lethal core of zero volume and infinite density. And then there's and then you would how we would know the Earth crossed the event horizon is because you would see all of a sudden worldwide the light from stars would flood the sky. The sky would turn yellowish, orangish, red from starlight, yellowish, orangish from starlight that's inside the black hole that can't escape from the event horizon along with the Earth. So now the real part. Now, this may be a single podcast. So this may not be a two-parter. Anyway, so now with the Earth inside the black hole, it takes like an hour before you feel the effects. At which point, an hour after the Earth entered the black hole, now the black hole's gravity starts stretching and squeezing the Earth, causing every earthquake fault line to go off, causing basically earthquakes everywhere, not just near coastal or plate boundaries or subduction zones, places where they would normally occur, but everywhere. There's earthquakes everywhere from Los Angeles to Denver, to Chicago to Miami to New York to DC, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Boston, in Canada, across North, Central, South America, Africa, Asia, Europe, Australia, even Antarctica.
We know the
Every
world,
basically the
the whole
earthquake.
world.
Yeah, the whole world.
Not just
They
us.
reach 7, 8, 9 on the Richter scale. There, as they do that, they inch upon the side of
I do get my mail.
the earthquake. And infrastructure like buildings, bridges, and dams start. Water starts rushing across. It's not funny. Why are you
The
laughing?
Rick. When I go out to get my mail, it measures on the Richter scale.
When you
Cause I'm fat.
what on the Richter scale?
When I go out to get my mail, it measures on the Richter scale.
Are you making that into a song?
No, that's from Fat. You know it.
From what?
Weird Al. Fat. You're asking the question why I'm laughing. You're really a. We get. How
Anyway,
long?
let's get back to the story
That'd
about
be
Columbus.
yeah. Please.
So and then as dams not just in seismically active areas but across the world fail, water rushes behind them across the river valleys. Basically, here in Baldwin, or wherever you guys are in Nassau County, every building, like the rest of the world, every building is shaken down. Or pretty most buildings, at least, are crumbling from the massive earthquakes. And if the earthquakes are just the start. They don't just happen on land, they happen under the ocean. Do you know what that means?
A tsunami.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yes. And that across the shore. And if that's not the only way a black hole could cause would trigger tsunamis. You know how the moon normally
Wait. Well.
controls tides?
Oh, so it would pull the water.
Yeah, in a much more extreme,
Yeah.
stronger than the moon, causing
Oh.
waves thousands of feet high and tides
Mm.
racing miles inland on
Would it
mile.
affect temperature by any means? Like
eh,
make it get hotter or colder? Hotter.
Climate change, we talked about that. That was in the years leading
No,
up
I
to.
mean inside the black hole, as everything is like
Black
spinning
holes
so
are hot on
rapidly.
the outside, cold on the inside. But we'll get to that later. We'll get hot. And then also basically mega tsunamis like within an hour and a half to 2.5 hours after entering the black hole. The gravity would every coastline on Earth, every coastal city is pretty much inundated with what. I mean, some places the water would flow. There would be really um would be the water level, the tide would be really higher than it would under any normal circumstance. Basically, so high that the skyscrapers in Manhattan would be the only thing sticking out. Oh, they'd probably be shooken down by the earthquakes by now. And then um that's how high the water would be. And then basically we're all drowned at this point. And well, you wouldn't want to be alive for what's coming later. Hold on, my mom's home. I'll be right. Let me open the door. And then all right. So as the black hole so the black hole also causes in some areas the water to flow away from the coastline and leave dry land for many tens of miles out. Um, where there used to be ocean. You understand?
Yeah.
Yep.
I understand too.
Also the black hole is um is um is is still as it continues now um now also it triggers every volcano to erupt. There's volcanic pipe eruptions, which um
Thank you.
how's work?
Busy as hell.
I'm in the middle of a podcast.
Okay, have a good time.
So and
Open a window in here.
it's fall.
It's hot.
Not to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying, so there would be massive pipe eruptions. Those of you who don't, I told Dave and Dylan what those are. They normally occur in places like the Ring of Fire, due to an earthquake or another volcanic activity. But here, the black hole will be causing them all over the world. The earthquakes in the black hole directly, and the earthquakes too would cause them. There'll be every man-made and natural disaster going off all at once, basically. And but the most prominent ones are earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic activity, and which is like starts like 4 hours after the black hole swallowed the Earth, or like 5 hours after. And
What about
um,
the? There's air around the Earth, though,
you,
right?
I was just about. That's what's coming. You mean hurricane force winds?
Yeah.
That's coming next.
Hmm.
And then also so the black hole um, now the Earth is spiraling in close circle. It's like it's orbiting inside the black hole, and each orbit it's going closer and closer to the singularity point, the center of the black hole. Then
How
the
long
air.
is all this taking?
What?
How long is all this taking happening?
You mean in the story, or how long we've been on here?
I mean, like in this story, like when because like there's so many different parts of the Earth that are
Probably takes
break.
about 12 hours for it to destroy the Earth in this scenario.
Really, like I would think that the Earth is like pretty like small to that black hole. I mean, I don't know how things would work.
And then also, but sorry, you mean you exploded. Anyway, so then like about, about 8 hours after the Earth entered the black hole, then there's hurricane force winds, or um, the black hole's gravity starts sucking the air off the planet. And if you weren't and, we'll get to a second. Then there's hurricane force winds and sandstorm warp together
Yay!
all over the world as the air sucked off the Earth as the atmosphere gets sucked off the planet by the black hole's gravity and then the and then and then and then the air reaches a velocity that all of a sudden it's on fire and sets the as it's doing that it sets the whole that's all those huge wildfires also probably from the tsunamis and tidal activity the floods this whole time and the earthquakes and volcanic eruptions and also by this point there was no more communication I mean the transoceanic um, wires on the bottom of the seafloor. They were severed by the volcanic blast and earthquake. All this geologic activity, I mean. And then also the so as we now so the where were so 8 hours after basically 8 hours and 15 minutes after the Earth entered the black hole, the whole a lot of the planet's on fire, and there's huge earthquakes.
Yay.
Basically, pretty much everyone's dead at this point, or at least most people. A large portion of the world is um and then also why are you smiling, Dylan?
Because you're saying such happy thoughts.
This is I told you we would be talking about this for Halloween. Didn't I tell you guys? Like this is a Halloween special.
Yeah.
Anyway, so um um anyway, so um the black hole the black and then the black hole like about 10 hours after um 10 hours after the swallows the Earth it the atmosphere is completely sucked away. All the fires die out because there's no oxygen to fuel a flame. That means anyone, basically, if you survived all the disasters before, if you weren't shook it, not if you weren't killed by the earthquakes, drowned in the tsunamis and floods, or um, blasted away by the volcanic activity, or hurricane force winds, and or burnt to death in the fires, he would basically suffocate or simply pass out due to a lack of oxygen, like all complex life would at this point, on land or in the air for sure. All land animals, plants, fungus, and most people would be dead at this point. Now with the Earth, now with the Earth close to the singularity, buildings, bridges, and other infrastructure, as well as the Earth's surface itself, starts to violently buckle. Now the black hole's gravity is strong enough to rip the Earth like it's a sheet of paper, and then and the shapes of the continents and oceans start changing until they're unrecognizable. And then a lot of this information I'm quoting from that episode of Doomsday with the Black Hole, but I'm trying to put in my own words. And then is that well, that's not copyright or plagiarism if I'm putting in my own words, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot control facts, dude, okay? They don't
Eh,
own facts. And,
And
like,
also,
if you're afraid, if you live in fear, you're never going to do anything productive.
okay, I'll just once again I threaten YouTube. YouTube, if you delete this video or give it copyright strike it, I will take you to court and sue you. And if history
Okay. That,
to them, even though
careful what you say here. So, that,
I do that all the time on my videos and nothing
okay.
happens. And then also so then the black hole so back to saying so basically the Earth is now there's now every earthquake fault line and volcanic hotspot goes off, and there's the absolute destruction of the planet on a cosmological scale. And then eventually, and now there's such amount of heat built up that when the crust starts to break up, there's lava all over the place. And the Earth starts to get. This is what I was talking about. Get hot. Any human bunkers like places like Colorado and Shining Mountain. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Government and Shining Mountain lifts off towards the black hole. Well, meanwhile, this lifts Shining Mountain breaks free of the fiery stream of debris that the Earth has become. Places like that would um, debris that the Earth has become, and it's in a freely flowing stream of debris headed towards the singularity. And this is known as spaghetti. This whole deadly gravitational
Spaghettification.
stream. Do you know what it's called?
Spaghettification.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
And then also, so basically, the longer you survive in this scenario, the worse you die. a more horrible death you right.
Yeah.
Pain.
And also, anyway, objects become stretched, so a long piece of spaghetti-like substance um, um, becomes a long piece of spaghetti-like substance um, becomes a um, a um, a long, I mean, a round object becomes a long piece of spaghetti-like substance. Hence the term spaghettification. Now, with the last humans gone spaghettified, the black hole's destruction doesn't end. Assault doesn't end here. Now the planet's not just ripped to rubble. The rubble's ripped to dust. The dust is ripped to molecules. The molecules into atoms, and the atoms into subnuclear particles, subatomic particles, and so on and so forth until there's nothing, until the Earth is annihilated. Impossible. Just as a little epilogue aside here, the sun is also destroyed as the black hole drinks up the sun's flaming gases and turns the Earth and the sun's the center of our center, the sun's center of its solar system. It gets basically drinked up this huge solar flares and sunquakes as the Earth's sun's spaghettified and destroyed too. The whole solar system is not just Earth. Anyway, planet Earth and the rest of the solar system has been reduced to annihilated, and there's a chance something of humanity has survived. Voyager 1 and 2, Pioneer 10 and 11, and New Horizons spacecrafts all managed to escape the um, um, across the horizon.
Yo,
Make it
dog. So
through space. Is that my dog?
yeah.
Not her barking. I have a dog. Yes. Oh, you so.
Yo, dog.
Anyway,
I heard
now
you.
I'm story. Still with us, David?
Yeah.
What's wrong, Nassim?
Nothing happened.
Anyway, the black hole and then um so then the black hole so then the black hole is basically, I mean, the stowaway microbes on those spacecrafts aforementioned spacecrafts like Voyager and New Horizons, and maybe just maybe they might crash into a planet that's habitable and see that world and let I would see life on from Earth on another planet. Is that a happy ending?
Kind of.
And then also but there's a possibility that the black hole would throw Earth out of the solar system before it completely destroys the solar system. The Earth will become a rogue planet. That's probably the best case scenario. Do you know what a rogue planet is, guys?
Yeah.
I do.
What?
You know,
Right.
it's a planet that doesn't. I'm pretty sure Nassim doesn't know. It's a planet that doesn't orbit a star. That they form in solar systems, but they get ejected from solar systems and wander the cosmos in interstellar space in the middle in the space between the stars. I mean, they don't have stars. That's why they're called rogue planets. Anyway, let me. And I don't think
Wait, we
no.
become this after all this?
What?
After everything, we become something?
I don't know. I mean, the Earth is destroyed, and no, the Earth will not be. Black holes are used to. I'm pretty sure that they disproved that black holes can transport things into places in different places in time and space. And and then also um, I
Wait, they do this? That's what you said? They put in different time?
no, they disprove that because they see black holes suck up stars and spaghettify them. Um, so they don't know in other objects. So it's not a gateway to a parallel universe. There's nothing out on the other side of a black hole except maybe the singularity explodes outwards on the
Yeah,
other
but the
side.
stuff inside of it.
It gets destroyed basically. It's um, maybe the singularity explodes outwards on the other side, creating a new Big Bang and a new universe on the other side of a black hole. That's one theory. Anyway, that pretty much concludes it. I think we'll end this here. But real quick before we leave, guy, eh, remember how I said for you to say your names at the beginning?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's how we're gonna do it every time from all the
Yeah.
time from now on the podcast. Okay?
All right.
Yes.
Because you said why I just want to do it that way. That way. I like that way. Anyway, Anyway, um, you guys could go now. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, guys. Have a good
All right.
day.
You
You
Bye.
too.
too.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye.
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 Hold on, one last thing. Do you
Oh.
guys enjoy the topics I talk about here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
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 Bye. All right. Thank you for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.